What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hopefully I didn't show my ass there. If I did, I know who will be showing it on the YouTube. But it's all good. If that turns you on, well, then that's cool. So, I'm actually rather proud of myself here. Back here at the Red Brick House, been doing a whole kinds of stuff here. Then primed the front with some red paint. I had an 1.25 inch dip in here. 1.25 inch dip on the floor where I've taken it up. And I've basically done some major shimming to get it all out of here, and I'm putting the boards back on here so we'll be able to fill this in and sand this sucker out. Yeah, and start getting this place finished off. And it's been a good day, you know, getting down here. It's Taco Tuesday, and getting over the loss that the Cowboys had. It's been hard. I will admit that. It's been real rough, but it's okay. We're gonna be all right. In fact, I'm going to tell you guys something that's going to make you feel a lot better about our chances. Before I do, something else interesting. It was cool when I went past my JMU Dukes. JMU, who was 9-0, 21st in the nation, ranked higher than USC and Notre Dame. Shout out to my man, Thomas Garrett, for passing on some more information to me. JMU is actually sent a letter to the NCAA to say, hey, bro, we know you have your original rules about, you know, teams moving up in conferences, you know, divisions. Basically, now they're FBS. And basically, you figure they're going to be ass. And you're not going to have to worry about them being in bowl competition because, of course, they're not going to be good. Well, we've never had a problem like this before. JMU is ranked 21st in the nation, and they are kicking ass and taking names and look like they're going to end up winning their division. They're going to win their division and end up being a top 20 possibly team in the NCAA. And looking at this and saying, sorry, you're not eligible for a bowl game till 2026 is kind of stupid. So we'll see what the NCAA says. You know, let's see if they do the right thing, because the NCAA always does the right thing. But be that as it may, we're here about the Dallas Cowboys. We're not here about the Red Brick House or how I'm feeling or anything like that. But here's an interesting thing, because, you know, maybe we've lost out on being able to get the #1 seed, you know, so we get that week off and things. But I've said before that the Dallas Cowboys, that Mike McCarthy was trying to replicate his 2010 Green Bay Packers. And I've said a whole bunch of things. I actually had all these notes that I wrote this morning, and I don't know what I did with the notes. I just don't know where they are. I had a notepad, and I don't know where I put it, so be that as it may, I just don't have it right now. But I'm going to try and go with the numbers off the top of my head. So Dak Prescott currently has 13 TDs and 5 interceptions. Basically, he's on pace for about 29 TDs and 10 interceptions and about 4,200 yards. Pretty good. The offense is somewhere in the middle of the pack, probably it'll be a top 10 by the way they're kind of moving up. You know, the offense is getting better and better. You know, as much as we were thinking about CeeDee Lamb, you know, in a contract year, wasn't getting the ball. Believe it or not, he's right now 5th in yardage as a wide receiver, and some of these teams have had a game on top of them. So that's good. Their offense is getting their gears, getting themselves in gear, which is great. And Dak Prescott is doing well. Now here's what's interesting, because I've said many, many times that Mike McCarthy was replicating the team that he won the Super Bowl with. And the thing that's kind of amazing is that team was 10-6. That team was the 6th seed. That's back when there was only 6 seeds. It was the lowest seed in the NFL. It had to go ahead and play against the Eagles and beat them on the road. They had to turn around and ended up playing the Atlanta Falcons the next round on the road, beat them, and then had to beat the Bears. That's right, the Bears won their division. Yeah, and beat the Bears in the NFC Championship game to then show up in Dallas to play the Super Bowl against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now wait, hold up. There's more parallels to this season. Because that season, because we all think of Aaron Rodgers. Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers, he's a 40 plus touchdown pass and 5,000 to 6,000 yards a year guy, right? Well, actually, that season, Aaron Rodgers had 28 TDs. Say what? 28 TDs. Oh. And 11 interceptions. Dak Prescott's on pace for 29 and 10. That season, Mike McCarthy didn't have a 1,000-yard rusher. His best running back had, I believe, 750-some yards. Right now, nobody's on pace for 1,000 yards with the Dallas Cowboys. Also, that offense of the Green Bay Packers back then was 10th in scoring points. Now maybe the Cowboys will end up being a little bit, I think the Cowboys are going to be higher than that, but they weren't the number one offense in football. Aaron Rodgers wasn't the reason why they won that Super Bowl. Their defense was the number 2 scoring defense in the NFL. Say what? What you talking about, Mark? I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Look it up. Go ahead and look at it. They ended up coming to AT&T and ended up as a wild card playing 3 games on the road, winning the Super Bowl. They won their last 2 games going into the playoffs, had some momentum, and kept pushing that. Now here's the thing I look at my Cowboys. The defense against the Giants and the Jets was incredible. But you're looking at the Giants and the Jets and saying, those aren't good teams. You've seen the defense play well at times in certain games. You've seen the offense play well, actually playing better the last 3 weeks. You have to look at it and say, the last 3 weeks of the offense has been better than the first 6 weeks, 5 weeks, without a doubt. So you can look at this and say that the Cowboys are building and going forward and should be better by the end of the season. Hopefully, Terrence Steele, knee gets a little bit better as the season goes on. Hopefully, they can keep Tyron Smith. Maybe you put him in bubble wrap and just let him rest the next 3 games for the stretch run. If our offensive line can solidify, if they can learn how to use the weapons that they have better, including Tony Pollard instead of running him up the middle, use Hunter Lipke maybe as a guy to run up the middle. Use more 12 personnel now that your tight ends are playing better. And, do some things that will get you a different result. And hopefully we're learning this offense better and better and better. And by the time playoffs get here, they'll be in good shape. That would be my hope. That would definitely be my hope. We'll see what happens from here going forward, but that was actually made me feel better seeing those numbers and seeing those statistics and knowing that that was a wild card team, the lowest wild card team, to win 4 games straight and go to a Super Bowl. All right, good people. I think I got these 2 bass backwards because that's really short there. And I may have to see if I have some more pieces in the basement, because I may need to cut a piece a little bit bigger than that, because that's a big gap. That's a huge gap. That's a freaking Grand Canyon there. But I appreciate you good people. As always, peace out.